Manikam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Saramayappa. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. You are currently streaming live with us in Malaysia South on Attenville TV. This is the Journey Show, the show about exploring Hinduism as a whole. If you want to interact with us in studio today, please do so with the contact details, which you'll actually find at the bottom right of your screen, or you could use the bottom column right there where it says live chat. By my side, I've got Dashnee, Manikam.
Welcome, everyone.
How was your weekend?
It was good, relaxing.
You know, sorry about yesterday, guys. I'm sorry we missed the Monday. I wasn't well, and if you saw the Friday show, you probably saw the swelling in my cheek.
And I was prepared yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So sorry, guys. We did skip yesterday. Unfortunately, there is nobody else to fill in for me as a presenter. So yeah, we apologize. But we're back. This is part 3 of the origins of Hinduism. And if you missed the other 2 shows, part 1 and part 2, that's episodes 43 and 44, please do check it out on our YouTube channel, backtrack it, and yeah, watch the origins of Hinduism. Well, we've got a full jam-packed show for you. We get enough the origins of Hinduism today.
Yes.
Yeah, so for those of you who did miss it, okay, so Hinduism, we spoke about how Hinduism was the oldest religion. We went in depth of how it started.
And how the name came about and which country it now originated in.
Which is?
I forgot the river's name.
Indus
River. Yes, it was Indus River.
Indus River. If we are not pronouncing it correctly, just remember, guys, we apologize for brutally mispronouncing our language, as we are English speaking.
Yes.
And yeah, do you speak Tamil at all? She is Tamil, by the way.
I am Tamil, but I'm not Tamil speaking. I would have loved to
learn.
Yeah. I was going to Tamil school, as I mentioned in the other videos. So my Tamil is not like fluent like if you watch a Tamil movie and you know how it is. But I feel like we'll pick up certain words because our parents know.
Yes.
So like certain words and whatever, but not as
I can guarantee you know how to swear though.
Our parents frustrated us in Tamil, right?
Well, stay tuned, guys, as we're talking about the origins of Hinduism, part 3. It's gonna be a full hour of fun. Don't go anywhere. Stay where you are. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these nallies. But what's the point of looking like Injay game if all your money is on your feet and your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for Ikram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Manikam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Saramayappa. Welcome back, everybody. If you just joined the show, you are currently streaming with us in Malaysia South on Attenville TV. This is the Journey Show, exploring Hinduism as a whole. I'm your host, Kimera. Heeralal. By my side, we've got Dashnee, Manikam.
Hi, everyone.
All right, so welcome back. Don't forget, we want you guys to interact with us in studio today, as you can use the contact details there, or you could use the bottom column right there where it says live chat. All right, so looking at the origins of Hinduism,
Yes.
we did do a lot. We did part 1 and part 2, episodes 43 and 44. You are now watching episode 45, so please backtrack if you'd like to, well, educate yourself. Yeah.
And see what all we spoke about and
Yeah.
what we've covered. We've covered some interesting things.
I think we did. I think we did well.
We did things that I wasn't even aware of, or you. So.
Yeah. All right. So looking at Hinduism's like beliefs and the different symbols, some basic Hindu concepts actually include, you know, Hinduism embraces like many religious ideas. Basically, for this reason, it's sometimes referred to as basically the way of life. I don't know how you look at our religion.
It is the way of life because they have the set of rules. I wouldn't say rules, but we follow the certain path of Hinduism. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you said, the way of life.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, that's true. So it's either a way of life, or you could even say family of religions, or you can also, it's supposed to actually say single or organized religion. Most religions are very organized.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any religion that's like
Yes.
not organized. You know, they don't know where they stand, or like on their own.
Yeah.
You know.
So I mean, like most forms of Hinduism are henotheistic, which means they worship like a single deity. I mean, known as like a Brahman, right? Now, but still, they recognize other gods as well and goddesses, and followers believe that there are multiple paths to reaching their god, and there is
Yes.
multiple ways of reaching the Sami, the deity, the god, and this is not only in Hinduism, right?
Yeah, because like I feel they all like in Hinduism and now in other relationships, there's things that they will have to follow in order to reach that point.
Yes.
To meet their creator.
Right. So, I mean, Hindus believe in doctrines. One of the key thoughts of Hinduism is Atman. And some people even believe in the soul. I don't know if you have that belief. You do.
I have such a great belief in the soul. I believe that's who we actually are. This is just
Yes.
our materialistic self.
Yes.
But the soul is much more. You know, that's the part that would meet our creator. That's
Yes.
the part that reaches certain points, you know.
Enlightenment.
And that's our goal.
Yeah, so, okay, ladies and gentlemen, one of the fundamental principles of this religion, Hinduism, is the idea that people's actions and thoughts directly determine their current life and their future lives.
Yes, I think that's where the rebirth,
Yeah.
the incarnate, all of those come in.
Yes.
So like also that the karma, I remember we spoke
Yeah, we
about
spoke about
So
it.
I feel like your karma also will tell your next life,
Yes.
like how will you be born. I actually read upon that recently.
Yes.
There's certain deities and angels that's responsible for these kind of things of your karma and whatever.
That's gonna be a good show.
It is.
Now, guys, I mean, most of you guys have this goal that you want to achieve, and that is to achieve your moksha or salvation, and which ends the cycle of rebirths to become part of the absolute soul, which we've just mentioned.
Yes.
All right, so Hindus strive actually to achieve a dharma,
Yes.
which we did speak about in the other shows, which is a code of living that emphasizes good conduct and morality. Now, Hindus also, revere all living creatures and consider the cow to actually be sacred, which we're going to do a full show on that one.
Interesting, I love that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the story behind the cow. I actually say bull. It's a bull, it's not really cow. Is it cow or bull?
I would say bull. I would say it's a bull, but I also, like you said, it's a good topic because you will always see Hindus when they're in a group of friends or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I don't eat beef, or I don't.
Yes.
But there's a meaning to that. I feel you
Yes,
know.
there is.
Yeah.
All right, so talking about animals, as in the cow specifically, I refer to it as the bull because Lord Shiva's god is a bull.
Nandi.
But also remember Nandi, yes. Now also remember the cow is very sacred in India because they feel that it serves like a mother. It gives milk.
That's also
Right?
my belief as well.
Yeah.
Apart from the Nandi side,
Yeah.
there's that explanation, and then there's the mother part of it that's giving milk.
Right.
So we praise our mother.
Mm.
You know, we cannot eat the beef.
Yeah, so as we're talking about meat, let's talk about meat. We've got Shashi Gosai, all the way in India. She's one of our favorites, one of our residents. And Shashika said all the way in London, sorry ladies and gentlemen, she is from London, not India. I always say that.
But you know, I think
it's
why you
close.
say that because of how much knowledge she has, and she's Indian, so we're classing her to live in India, so you know,
Yeah.
we understand that point.
Alright, so today we're talking about, first we started off with the cow, the bull,
Yes.
and now, as Dashnee just mentioned, we should be vegans, right? Kind of
Yes.
thing. Okay. Do you think we should be vegan? Let me hear your opinion.
Well,
Since you're under Hinduism.
yes. So obviously, I mean, we've all learned something reading books or whatever. So I also follow Sadhguru a lot.
You do?
I do.
I like to
And
be
he
funny.
slides his good humor into teaching spirituality. And one of the things he did say that in our life as Hindus, we're supposed to be vegetarians.
Yes.
And he has his own explanation to that. Exactly.
Supposed to.
It's our loving. It's our right to not eat meat.
Okay, so is it a must?
To a lot of those our staunch Brahmins and beliefs, and to our, I would say, we're supposed to be, but we aren't.
So you don't eat meat. You do eat meat.
I do eat meat. I just have fasting days,
Yes.
as we would say.
I get you. Now, I'm not gonna lie about it, right? I love my culture. I respect my culture. But I'm not gonna lie to you and say I'm vegan.
No,
I eat meat.
I
I like a good mutton curry now and then.
No, definitely. I mean, I have a family and we very spiritual, whatever, but
Yes.
we eat meat.
Yeah.
Specifically chicken,
How shy
lamb.
she's getting, guys.
I'm not getting shy, you know.
No, I'm not trying to like belittle her or even belittle you or myself, guys, or belittle our culture. It's facts are facts.
No, definitely.
When it comes to my fasting or when I go to temple, believe you me, I've got respect. I will fast.
Yes, that's okay. Now that's another thing, you know, during your fasting time, you
have to be
very
clean.
honest and respectful to your prayer, and you'll fast. So there's a time for everything.
Yes.
So you live a balanced life.
Mhm.
So that's the balance. You know, we have our time for prayer, and
Yeah.
we have our time for having other activities in our life. So there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with eating meat. You just find a good balance.
Yeah. All right. So during the auspicious times, big no. Yeah.
In the definitely.
All right. Let's jump to Shashika Sain all the way from London, ladies and gentlemen. Today, she is actually discussing: are Hindus allowed to eat meat? Let's check it out.
Namaste, I'm Shashi Gosai. Now there's one question that's been asked umpteen times, and that is, are Hindus forbidden to eat meat? Good question and a very good answer coming up. Well, if you look at Hinduism, it's over 5,000 years old, with not a single founder or a single text, and it became a way of life over thousands of years. But what Hinduism teaches us that we have to make our own decisions in life. What we want to wear, what we want to eat, what we want to think. And there's nobody telling us that we have to do something. It's our own decisions. And it gives us an opportunity to dwell in ourselves and actually look at the nature and take from it what we think is good for us. So indeed, you might even find within a family, some members are vegetarians and some are very strictly non-vegetarians. For example, in my own house, my husband is strictly non-vegetarian and I prefer to stay vegetarian. And contrary to beliefs, most of Hindus are non-vegetarian. There's 60% of Hindus in India who eat meat, fish or eggs. So it's not something whether you eat or not, it's very much, whether Hindus eat or not is very much a personal choice. But the cow is still considered very sacred, and even those who eat meat do refrain from eating beef. So that is a bit of a no-no. Other than that, it's entirely up to you. There was a lot of Islamic influence in North India because of all the invasions that came from there. So a lot of the North Indians tend to eat meat, A, because of Islamic. Secondly, it was much colder climate. But you'll find more vegetarians in South India, and there are certain cities, for example, I went to Rameshwaram, where there is absolutely no meat in the whole city. It's just a sacred city where no meat is allowed in any shape or form. But when you cross Rameshwaram, there's all these fish markets and you can get non-vegetarian food. So a bit of a dichotomy throughout India, but in general form, the general consensus is up to you. And Hinduism, we believe in Bhagavad Gita, and in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says there are 3 types of food. So one is called sattvic food, which is simple food, natural food, vegetables, fruits, milk, nuts, grains, and that keeps your body healthy, your mind very calm, peaceful. And this is something that the people who do yoga or the priests, they tend to form the sattvic diet. The next one is called Rajasic diet, and these are what we call foods of passion. They are foods which are then cooked. So you'll eat, you'll add oil, you'll fry them, you'll add all the chilies and all the whatever makes any food tastier than just the natural food. And this, they say, energizes the navel chakra. But when you include all this, it also increases your desire for material things in life. It leads to a bit of restlessness. You just want better of everything. And even in medicine, it's proven that people who have excess oil or sugars leads to hypersensitivity, hyperactivity. So this has been put down even in our scriptures, that Rajasic food do create a little bit of mental imbalance by having too much of a good thing, but that's personal choice. The last one is called Tamasic food. Now, Tamasic food is something that's considered it's harmful to the mind and body, and that includes alcohol, preserved food, and meat. And it's meant to increase our anger and intolerance, but they're needed in times of stress, for example, in war. So you'll find all the soldiers used to eat meat because that just gave them the adrenaline and the energy to go and fight. So but over a long period of time, even in the West, it's been considered that it gives you great side effects when you drink too much alcohol or eat too much meat. And it's even been found that the incidence of cancer goes up significantly for people who eat too much meat, purely because humans were meant to be omnivores. That means we were meant to be eating a bit of meat and a lot of vegetables, and it was carnivores who just ate meat. So our bodies are not designed to digest that kind of protein and that kind of quantity and the frequency that one has. So this was, again, as I said, laid out in our scriptures long time ago. The main thing is the Vedas were promoting respecting all forms of life, all plants, all animals, because we believe that all living creatures have a soul in them. You'll find even animals, you become affectionate to them, they become affectionate to you because they feel emotion, they feel the love, they feel everything that we humans do. And so Hinduism promotes what we call ahimsa, which is a concept of complete non-violence, not only to other human beings, but all types of life, including animals. And it says that in order to have inner peace, one must refrain from injuring all animals, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, or in any way deprive them of anything. In Hinduism, there's a saying that says, Jaisa an, vaisa man, meaning whatever you eat, what food you eat is you, it becomes you. So we know that animals have emotional feelings, and so can you imagine when they are put into these cages in abattoirs, the feelings they must be going through, whether it is fear and hatred and just the cruelty of it must be getting to them, and what are humans doing to them. And then when it's actually killed, you don't even want to think what the animal must be going through, that the humans are killing them. And then this piece of meat is put on your plates and say, it's good for you, eat it, it's protein, do this. But look at the psychological aspect of eating meat. And this is something that a lot of Hindus take in regard. Those who are vegetarians feel that that's not the right way of taking nutrition, and look at alternative means. Having said that, there are, as we said, there are reasons one has to eat meat, just so as to be able to fight all the atrocities and anything else that comes in life, including severity of weather. So it's not that we condone that. It's up to you whether you want to do it. But one does know the cruelty and in the slaughterhouses, and what it does to animals. And that is, I think, one reason where humans have made a decision. And you can see so many films on YouTube these days of what actually happens there and what's happening in the food industry. And this has shown that if the diet is pure, then the heart and mind is pure. People are using a lot more yoga to get in tune with their bodies, and this has taken off in the West in such a big way. And now even in the West, there's such a huge surge of people who are vegans and vegetarians, purely because they can see the difference this makes, not only to them but to the environment, and especially when they start connecting with all the souls, all the living creatures on this earth. And that's the reason why Hindus don't eat meat. Is that they don't eat meat, they do eat meat. We have complete choice. There's no one, even my mother will not tell me whether I should eat meat or not. It's my choice. In my own family, half the members are vegetarian, half are non-vegetarian, and so be it. It's their choice. But there are reasons for every type of food. And so even when we're fasting, or we have any auspicious occasions, including weddings, or when the child is born, we tend to have complete vegetarian diet. And that is that we just want to keep everything pure, and purity of mind, thought, and a complete balance in this universe. So I hope that answers the questions. Do Hindus eat meat? Are they allowed to eat meat? Are they forbidden to eat meat? No, we have a choice. And that's what makes Hinduism so unique. No one to tell us what we should or should not do. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to that snippet of our fascinating religion.
Thank you so much, Shashi Gusain, all the way in India. We say Gusain in South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean in London.
I wonder how they would pronounce it.
Yeah. No, she says Gusain. She's Shashi Gusain. I like, no, but in South Africa we say Hussein and Gusain. But thank you so much, Shashi Gusain, for that lovely snippet of our fascinating culture and religion. It's brilliant. I keep saying you're from India. I apologize. She's in London, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we just spoke about are Hindus allowed to eat meat?
Yes.
We totally understand why.
Yes.
Now, I mean, if you look at it, a lot of people in Hinduism, they
Yes.
love animals, they
Yes.
respect animals.
Yes.
And Shashi Gusain went quite in depth about the animal soul.
Yes.
Now, but we did mention in part one?
Yes.
When we were together, we explained to you, and we spoke about this on the show, that there's a certain mantra, or should we say prayer, that the priest
Yes.
recites into the animal's ear so that his soul will go home.
Yes.
It's as if the creature or animal actually understands.
And that's a very important thing to understand as well.
Yes.
And that's so good of you to know. Like, I want
Yes.
a lot of you to know that. A lot of people, I feel like they just do the ritual, you
Yes.
know. There's certain things, like you said, that's important, like you recite the certain mantra or whatever
Yes.
in the ear of the animal, and the soul goes to God. God
Yes.
keeps that soul.
Yes.
And then you're taking, because like I said, the materialistic body and the soul is different.
Yes. So, I was looking at the sacrificial part where you do give life, but it's not painful. I saw it's quick and fast.
Yes.
And when I decided to witness it, I was actually quite scared because I love animals myself.
Yeah.
And I thought it's going to be harsh on my eyes and I won't be able to sleep. I'll be having nightmares. It was actually a beautiful ritual to watch.
So when I was younger,
Yeah.
so we also used to go for sacrificial prayers and whatever. So we were always told that the younger kids have to go inside the house while the sacrificial prayers,
Shame.
because they will have nightmares and they won't be able to sleep. But we used to always hide by the window and
You're a
go-
kid.
Yeah.
Kids will be kids. All right. So looking at the reasons as to why Hindus don't eat meat. Also, there is a thing called, I don't know if you noticed, right? But I'm going to speak from my personal experience. Remember, we showed a disclaimer at the beginning of the show. This is my opinion and my own belief. Don't fight with me, right? When I chant or meditate, I actually focus more and I feel better when I'm fasting.
I feel because again, it's also, I think, my opinion or my perspective, because we all do things that are good for us. Like, I would meditate and I know
Yes.
that's a story, you know yours. So
Yes.
I would say this is my opinion. I feel in that time we fast because we it's we are like in a space of cleansing.
Yes, you cleansing your body. It's cleaner to not eat
Yes,
meat.
it's you in a different space. I feel, especially your mind. It's also your mind.
Different state of mind, different
Yes.
state of being, different state of environment. I especially don't like to go out into the world when it's fasting time.
Yes, like I said, like when you say, for example, Kavadi or any Hindu prayer, when you're fasting, there's a lot of restrictions because
Yeah.
you respect your fasting. You're in a different space. Your
Yeah.
mind is clear. You're trying to cleanse yourself.
Yes.
You know, to go. So maybe that's why you feel that way. You're in a better space.
Yes, I feel more cleaner. I feel happier. I'm not
Yes.
going to lie. When I stay away from meat, guys, by the way, I love my veggies, and no, I won't visit you and eat your veggies because it depends how you cook it.
Yeah, you need to know how
Some
to make
people don't know how to
veggies taste
cook.
nice.
You know, some people just don't know how to cook it. Like the other day, I had to trick my fiance into eating the way I cook veggies.
Yes.
So instead of just boiling it and leaving it there, you know, when you boil, just put salt and done.
Yes.
No. I put some cheese, and then the second time I put some arama butter because it gives the flavor. And today, I won't lie, Mama Toko, that our social worker, she told me your mash and your veggies were so divine. Do you have more? I said, you know what? When you come back on Friday, I'll make more.
Nice.
So she enjoyed it.
So us widows don't eat the boiled veggies. We braise our nice curries.
Yes.
Oh, we love our braised.
No, you need to
curries.
taste mine. It's the way I make it.
Okay, I will taste.
A lot of people just boil it and it tastes funny.
Yeah,
It tastes
no,
gross.
you
I won't
need
lie.
some
Sorry,
spice.
no disrespect to anybody that I've visited. I know you're watching the show. But yeah, getting back to it, if you look at it now, looking at meditation, and we were talking about the clean part, it actually does play a role spiritually.
It does.
So it makes sense. And also, Shashi Gosai also mentioned with you want peace. You want inner peace. You want to do your charity and stuff like that. So it not eating meat actually helps you to connect with the universe and the gods, I believe. I don't know if it's not a fact, it's my belief.
It does.
Yeah.
You know, like you have that space of time of you fasting or whatever. It's the time you're connecting more. You're getting closer.
Yes.
You know, that's how, say, example for Kavadi, there's people who take vows and they pierce, and you know about all of this. So you have to fast
Yes.
very strictly, as they would say, to
Discipline.
you become closer to that deity. You are that connection. You know, it's not just something you do. You need to really get on that level.
That's it.
Like you said, when you feel so good, well, you're on a higher level. You know,
Yes.
you're on like a way to enlightenment.
Yeah.
So you have to. I think that's why you'll have balance. So you're allowed to eat meat. You have a choice, as she said.
Yes.
You know, everything is a choice.
Yes.
So there's times you just balance it out. You have your days of fasting. You have your days of being so sincere to your prayer, to
That's
your
it.
fasting, to have a clear mind. And then you do have days you're allowed
Yes.
to live an ordinary life, to have your meat, and
Yes.
then you're back again, like we have our Mondays fasting.
Yes.
I would say from the weekend, people are eating and whatever, and then the Monday you have a time to cleanse. You know,
Yes.
you're getting back into the week. You are clearing your space.
true.
You know, because your weekend life and your work life is always busy and stressful.
Yeah.
So you need to clear the space. You need to get.
You need to have a balance,
Yeah.
basically, because I mean, fasting is not only for religion. I think for your diet, your balance in
That's
your body.
another thing. It's your
Yes.
diet. It's
Yes.
a balance with food.
That is so true. And I mean, look at it. Like a lot of people, vegans especially. I have a personal friend. Shout out to you if you are watching the show. Mr. Cohen, if you're watching the show, just remember he was a vegan, and he was asked by his doctor to actually start eating meat. He's not a Hindu, by the way. I'm just sharing this piece of healthy information with you. He was lacking iron in his body,
Yes.
so he was forced to eat meat.
I think I met a lot of people where that had to come into play, whether they were Hindu or not, but always was vegetarian or ate
Yes.
that way. But when they got older or something, they had to start eating something.
It
non-veg.
affected you so badly that it's the damage is far gone, but you can actually maintain
Yes.
your health. Unfortunately, it's sad that we only learn when it's too late.
It's true.
As human beings, mankind is strange like that.
Especially with times changing, how food is, how medication is,
Yeah.
I think doctors prefer that they change their eating habits,
Yes.
as it would benefit them.
True. So as that was our topic of why Hindus don't eat meat, well, you just heard your news, your information. Interact with us in studio today, as the bottom column is right there where it says live chat. We are streaming live. Stay where you are. We'll come back straight after this commercial break. Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sairam, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Esranammayappa. Welcome back, everybody. We are currently streaming live in the Nature Sound on Atonville TV. This is the Journey Show, the show about exploring Hinduism as a whole. I'm your host, Kimera, Heeralal, and by my side I have Dashnee, Manikam.
Manikam, everyone.
If you want to interact with us in studio today, please do so with the contact details at the bottom right of your screen, or you could use the bottom column where it says live chat. Now, getting back to the origins of Hinduism. But before we do that, should we get a little bit of entertainment in here? And get some
nice.
She was yawning when the advert was playing.
No, I wasn't. I think I was waiting for the song. That song will vibe, give us some vibe.
Let's get everybody's beds warm. If you are in your bed or if you're on, in the office, if you're working night shift. Yeah, let's kick it off to Durban with Dashnee Styler. Everyone knows Dashnee Styler Naidu. Let's check out Dashnee Styler Naidu's Music Academy, who we always talk about. Dashnee Styler, do you know him?
Yes, I have.
You know of him, right? Why I admire this child, he has a music academy which he runs for free.
And he gets all these young youth
Yes.
and he teaches them and he's getting them places, and that it'll benefit our culture so much. It's beautiful. Like you see these little kids singing.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Oh man. So coming up next, just to keep you well entertained and not falling asleep during our show, we've got Dashnee Styler Naidu's Music Academy with Vibhuti Sandarane. Check him out.
Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo. 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 Vibhuti Sundarane Shankara Vishwa Vilasana Sundara. Vibhuti Sundarane Shankara Vishwa Vilasana Sundara. Sivagami Maheshwarane Ambala Perumane. Vibhuti Sundarane Shankara Vishwa Vilasana Sundara. Sivagami Maheshwarane Ambala Perumane. Suladarane Paramesa Sivagami Nayaka Jagadisha. Suladarane Paramesa Sivagami Nayaka Jagadisha. Tu kiya padam amara kalesa. Tu kiya padam amara kalesa. Tandava Nadaraja. Tu kiya padam amara kalesa. Tandava Nadaraja. Vibhuti Sundarane Shankara Vishwa Vilasana Sundara. Sivagami Maheshwarane Ambala Perumane. Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo. 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 Suladarane Paramesa Sivagami Nayaka Jagadisha. Suladarane Paramesa Sivagami Nayaka Jagadisha. Tu kiya padam amara kalesa. Tu kiya padam amara kalesa. Tandava Nadaraja. Shivaya Shivaya Namo. Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo. Om Namah Shivaya Shivaya Namo.
Dashnee Styler Naidu's Music Academy actually performing for us. Vibhuti?
Sundarane.
Thank you.
Sundarane.
Sundarane. We've got Vishnu Devan Mudli coming in on YouTube and he says, enthralled. Love it. Love it.
We love that you love it.
We love the fact that you're watching and
Yes.
supporting us. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so we are talking about the origins of Hinduism right here on Actonville TV. We are streaming in Indonesia South, so if you want to interact with us in studio today, whether you're from the east or the south or the west or
The North.
you need to be from China. We actually global. Yeah.
Give us your views of Hinduism from wherever you are, because in other countries everybody.
Yes.
These days Hinduism is worldwide.
Yes.
In India, what's her name again?
Shashi Desai.
She's in London, but she knows so much about Hinduism.
Yes.
She's been to India, as she said. She's so knowledgeable. So people from other places
Yes.
can give their views
Yes.
on Hinduism.
Well, Vishnu Devan, if you want to join us in conversation, we are talking about the origins of Hinduism, and we'd like to hear your opinion. If you did watch the other two shows, part 1 and part 2, episodes 43 and 44, we are in part 3 of the origins of Hinduism. But hey, join us in conversation. You can use the bottom column where it says live chat and join the chat and share your views, your beliefs. Remember, this is not a platform for fighting.
No.
We want to learn from one another and save the culture.
We
man.
make a conversation. So
Yeah.
your opinion, your views, your beliefs, we
Yeah.
respect.
If you haven't done this already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll come back straight after this commercial break.
The ultimate accessory, the latest shiny thing, mesmerized. Trying to keep up, but never getting ahead in an endless cycle of spending. In this world of constant upgrades, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
Manikam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Saranamayappa. Welcome back, everybody. We are currently still streaming live in Indonesia South on Actonville TV, and you're still watching the show The Journey. It's about exploring Hinduism as a whole. I'm your host, Kimera Heeralal. By my side, we've got Dashnee, Manikam.
Manikam, everyone.
Well, if you want to interact with us in studio today, the contact details can be found at the bottom right of your screen, or you could use the bottom column where it says live chat. Now, as we're getting back into it, we're talking about the origins of Hinduism, right? We're finishing off this topic today, and we're not going to carry it to tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to start with the Vedas, right? Vedas. Say it properly. Vedas. Okay, my pronunciation, please, I brutally ruin this every time because of English speaking, but you're going to forgive me for this, as I wanted to help save our culture, our religion.
Yes.
Yeah, and educate
pass
about
our
it.
knowledge down.
Yeah.
As well, we're learning, so I don't think
We're also
our
learning.
pronunciation is fine because we're also learning.
As long as you get the gist of what we're saying.
Yes, I'm sure you know what we're trying to say.
Alright, so as we were talking about the origins of Hinduism, we were talking about, I was mentioning to you earlier in the show, there are two primary symbols associated with Hinduism,
Yes.
right? The two symbols which you mentioned in the other shows was Om, right? We spoke about Om in depth, I think. Yeah, and there's also something called the swastika. I wish the director had a picture of that to show it up on the screen. The swastika on every single deity's picture, you'll actually see the swastika in the corner, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them.
I think all of them. Most
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the word swastika actually means good fortune, for those of you who didn't know. And if you wanted to know, back in the day, the British actually had power because of the swastika.
Yes. There's a lot of stories, in fact, of how, especially the British, because they were more intact with the Indians.
Yes,
and whatever. So
they were.
They know a lot and gained a lot from us because we knew so much, and our religion goes way back of time. Like Hinduism was practiced
way back.
Yeah.
All right. So the symbol actually, or should you say, the swastika means good fortune or being happy in Sanskrit. Yeah, so we're learning already.
Yes. And we actually want to learn Sanskrit, guys.
Now, the symbol actually represents good luck, for those of you who didn't know. Now, a hooked diagonal variation of the swastika later became associated with using it as they came into power. But I wasn't happy about what the history behind it.
No.
The Nazis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a lot of use it.
Yes.
Apart from, okay, Hinduism is our main topic, but in any aspect in life, when people get the power.
This happened, well, they made this their symbol, the Nazis, they made it their symbol in the 1920, which we weren't around that time. But it's a good story in our history books. I mean, I was... Big gap between us.
I remember we did the Nazis. Actually, in grade 8, I read a book about the Nazis. It's very, very cool stories about them.
Okay, so now we were talking about the Om symbol, right? Now the Om symbol is composed of 3 Sanskrit letters and it represents the 3 sounds. As you have the Om sign still within, can you please put it up on the screen if you can? Now the Om, which is actually combined and considered a sacred sound, so it goes such. Om.
Did you know the whole universe has to be in silence? You can hear the word, the whole recitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So for those of you who cleanse your surrounding before anything that you do, and you want it to be absolutely positive and pure, just do it once. Even if you're Christian, even if you're Muslim, just try.
That brings so much of peace.
How did you feel?
I felt good.
We're not lying though. We aren't lying. We closed. The network is very, very bad, but we do have viewers if you actually look at it. We are talking about the Om symbol, right? So we director. All right, so stay tuned as we are going to come back. We're going to cut to black as we are in production, and we do see the signals very bad, but the view is holding stable. Yeah, our stream's holding stable.
This is our favorite topic, and we just have to be stable. And please communicate with us. We want to know your views.
You tell us your definition.
Yes, and how does it make you feel?
Yes, when you do it. Yeah, I mean, we just did it now. The aura's cleansed.
Yes.
Okay.
We've brought so much of peace.
The signal stabled.
Can you see how cleansing?
It works. Value many sacred writings as opposed to one a holy book, right? Now the primary sacred text known as the Vedas, which we're gonna do tomorrow.
Which are very intriguing to getting into.
Yeah, we're gonna do the show tomorrow, and it's gonna be fun. All right, so we're going to talk about the Vedas tomorrow. It's going to be excellent. We're going to talk about the Rig Veda. We're going to talk about the Samada Veda. We're going to talk about the Yajur Veda, if I'm saying it correctly. Huh?
You are.
Okay, and the Atar Va Veda. I hope I say that correctly.
You're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So we're going to talk about the Vedas tomorrow. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be excellent. Stay tuned as we got lots of entertainment coming up, and we also have our things that we follow every single day, which is our 108 principles of the value system from the Tirukkural. Stay tuned as we've got this throughout the show. Coming up next to keep you well entertained, and we're talking about the origins of Hinduism. Dashnee Style and Naidu all the way in Durban. This is Dashnee himself with Muthu Kumara. Here we go.
Muthu Kumara.
வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. குமரா முருகையா வா வா வா, சித்தாடும் செல்வ குமரா சிந்தி மகிழ வா வா வா, முத்தாடு முத்து குமரா முருகையா வா வா வா, சித்தாடும் செல்வ குமரா சிந்தி மகிழ வா வா வா, சரவண பவனி ஆறுமுக சக்தி பாலனி ஆறுமுக, ஓம் சரவண பவனி ஆறுமுக சக்தி பாலனி ஆறுமுக, தைப்பூசம் காவடி எடுத்தோம் முருகையா, தைப்பூசம் காவடி எடுத்தோம் முருகையா, முத்தாடு முத்தக்குமரா முருகையா வா வா வா, சித்தாடும் செல்வக்குமரா சிந்தி மகிழ வா வா வா. செல்வக்குமரா சிந்தை மகிழ வா 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 சரவண பவனே ஆறுமுகா சக்தி பாலனே ஆறுமுகா தைப்பூசம் காவடி எடுத்தோம் முருகையா தைப்பூசம் காவடி எடுத்தோம் முருகையா வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு வள்ளிமணவாளனுக்கு விதவிதமாய் அபிஷேகம் வண்ண தமிழ் முருகனுக்கு விதவிதமாய் அலங்காரோ வேல் முருகா ரோகரா வேல் முருகா ரோகரா வேல் முருகா ரோகரா வேல் முருகா ரோகரா வள்ளிமணவாளனுக்கு விதவிதமாய் அபிஷேகம் வண்ண தமிழ் முருகனுக்கு விதவிதமாய் அலங்காரோ இணையாடும் பாலா முருகானி வாவா இணையாடும் பாலா முருகானி வாவா எட்ட குடி வேலனப்பா என்ற துணை நீயே அப்பா எட்ட குடி வேலனப்பா என்ற துணை நீயே அப்பா முத்தான முத்தக்குமரா முருகையா வா 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 சித்தாடும் செல்வக்குமரா சிந்தை மகிழ வா 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 சரவண பவனே ஆறுமுகா சக்தி பாலனே ஆறுமுகா ஓம் சரவண பவனே ஆறுமுகா சக்தி பாலனே ஆறுமுகா தைப்பூசம் காவடி எடுத்தோம் முருகையா தைப்பூசம் காவடி எடுத்தோம் முருகையா முத்தான முத்தக்குமரா முருகையா வா 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 சித்தாடும் செல்வக்குமரா சிந்தை மகிழ வா வா வா
Muttara Muttu Kumara by Jason Style and Naidu all the way in Durban. Thank you so much. That was awesome, right?
It was beautiful.
It
I
did-
love that song.
You know what, guys? I know it's devotional music, but it made me want to go. I don't know. She's so
It
humble.
does give you a vibe. It does give you the energy.
Yeah. She's such a humble child. I think I'm too loud for her.
No, we balance, like when you
Yeah.
balance in life, one has to be loud, one has to be soft. But at home, I'm loud.
So when she's in her own safe space, she goes a little cuckoo.
Well, this is a safe space
Yeah.
as well. But I'll get used to
She'll
it.
get used to it. It's her first time, guys. So she's joining us. A couple of episodes now? Three episodes. Is it 3 or 2? 3.
3 episodes.
We did 3, yeah, with Dashnee Manikam. So guys, interact with us in studio today as it's coming towards the end of the show. I'd like to apologize from the bottom of my heart to those of you who are looking at the time and like, I thought they go live from 7 to 8. Guys, remember with the load shedding in South Africa, it doesn't only affect your lights and your power. It also affects our servers. Remember, we're streaming. We're not really on DSTV. We streamers. So if the servers are still down when the power comes back on, it actually contributes to a
an
problem.
impact, yeah.
It has a bit of a problem, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so now as we come to the end of our show, we always do the 108 principles of the value system from the Thirukural. Okay, so today's lesson is Number 23 is refrain from irresponsible gambling. That's a good lesson.
It is.
A very big shout out and from Bonomi Attenville. So this is the lesson for today: refrain from irresponsible gambling. So in Hinduism they're saying you can gamble, just do it responsibly.
They need money to support. They need that money, so they sit there and then it becomes risky.
That's an addiction or desperation. Yes. Yeah. So basically,
And how people can put money and they're willing to lose it. There's a chance
yes.
that your money is going
Gone.
to be gone, whether it's 50 rand, 100 rand.
Yeah. Okay, let me just share something with you guys. For a little bit of knowledge, and let's break away from Hinduism and culture for just a second. Are you going to gamble if you know it's programmed?
There's a pattern to it. It knows what you're doing. And one thing I've learned, not that I gamble, or learning from.
Actually win that a little bit. You say, oh, I won.
You still made a loss, so you're still a loser.
You lost a lot of money.
So if they won. You need to remember what was your investment,
You know, when I meet up with aunties and uncles, I won 10,000 rand.
But how much did you put?
How much you put? We're not saying don't do this. We're saying do it responsibly.
Yeah.
Everything needs a balanced discipline.
Discipline.
Religion, I feel, please don't fight with me. I don't know what's your take on this, but yeah.
No, your religion, in whatever religion you are,
Yeah.
is to teach you morals, it's to teach you discipline, it's to teach you respect and love.
Of the station, but because we are talking about culture, they are alcohol, we do not advertise for them anymore,
Yes.
you know. But they wanted to do their God's work as well and help. So it's gonna be fun. So if you want to join us and help us with a few things, even giveaways, if you're our businessman watching the show, drop us a WhatsApp 07466058829. We'll give you more
That's why
information
we
from
need
there.
you guys to interact.
Yes, it'll be fun. And don't forget, it's a platform. It's not like other platforms.
It's we just wanted to know each other's views on it.
Yeah.
And we want to know yours.
All right, a very happy birthday to Siyanda Mhlaba. He's the team.
Happy birthday.
May you see many, 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 many more, and may you be blessed with all the God's work and seva that you are doing. I mean, he sings so well. I'm hoping it stays to 7 p.m. up until 8.
I hope so.
As the load shedding schedule keeps changing in South Africa. Yeah?
No, but it's not a big issue.
Okay.
But I could probably read. I love reading.
Okay. Oh, you and me both.
I love reading. And then share our, any important notes.
Yeah, that would be fun, right?
It would.
Okay, so after this, you're gonna go eat. Are you still gonna bath it, or
Yes.
did you bath already?
No, I'm gonna have
She had another bath. She's just like me. You know, we were talking about this earlier in the day. We like to shower more than once a day, and it's not a matter of that we didn't wash ourselves properly. It's a matter of how you feel throughout the course of your day.
Yeah, and you just need to go have another
Yeah.
bath.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's also.
But we're all for saving water. Even though we have a lot of
Stop
baths.
lying. Stop lying. Alright, so talking about different things that we're gonna get up to this evening, I was actually thinking of, okay, after, I'm not pretending I'm holier than thou, please don't get me wrong. Okay, so after the show, like, I'll obviously serve supper. Okay, my dad ate before we went live, he just came from work, so I'm gonna eat. I'll probably put all of my mantras, prayers, meditation. I love my meditation, guys. If I didn't have meditation, do you see how much of energy I have? You know what will happen? I think the world will end.
Because it's like your batteries. Your meditation
Yes.
is your battery time.
Yeah.
You're energizing your soul. You're energizing your spirit. You're
Yeah.
energizing everything around you.
Yeah.
So that moment, that I say, it's so important to meditate because you are giving yourself energy.
Yeah.
That's our source. Like the sun.
Yeah.
That's our time where we have to ourselves to energize ourselves.
True.
And
Yeah. So after this, in winter usually, so what do? You get up to just reading a book? Or
like starting off my day.
yeah.
So the first thing I would do is wake up. I go have a bath.
Mm.
I go straight to pray. So I
Yeah.
can do whatever, like prayer.
Yeah.
Like so I have a mini temple at home. So like go and clean whatever, and then I would have something to eat,
Yeah.
and then you'll see what else I can do in my day.
So being the cultural girl that you are, if you don't mind me asking, what's your idea of fun?
Of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean, breaking away from Hinduism. There's nothing wrong with
I know,
you
I
asking
understand.
the
No, I
activities,
fully understand, and this is
Yeah.
a weird thing for me because
Yeah.
of my age. I'm 20 years old, right?
She's young.
I'm really young, and I have a different perspective of life of people my age. I'm not saying anyone is like
Rotten.
they're living wrong
Sorry.
or what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah.
I just like being at home. I go out a lot with my family, of course, but I live very differently.
But there's nothing
from
wrong
my
with being
age.
at home, doll. Let me just share with you guys. If you enjoy yourself as a being, you will enjoy your own company. You can actually enjoy being alone.
No,
which
definitely.
is healthy.
And you get to learn about yourself. You
Yeah.
get to wanting to learn more things when you're alone.
Yes.
You don't want to. You're not following anybody.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people like that I am friends with are much older people because they in that space in their life
Yeah.
where they realizing things that I realized when I'm younger.
Yeah.
So I really like it's very different. That's why I don't have a lot of friends my age because when it's time to go out, I'm not going out.
She's already with my age, guys. I'm proudly 35. I'm not even shy to say it.
And I'm not shy to be a friend because she doesn't look 35. So I can say she's like 20.
Gosh, you made me feel so good on the show. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to get back to our gossip, but we can't keep this on the stream, but we should.
We should.
You want to join us? Interact with us at the bottom column there where it says live chat. Yeah, use the WhatsApp line. This is there. It's 07466058829. You'll see it again at the bottom right of the screen throughout the entire show. If you missed the show, click on the link again and watch it over.
And over.
And over. I do that with movies I like. And it's amazing how you can watch
same.
something.
I can watch a movie that I have touched my soul. I can watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, I just love it. And like, even with my family, if I've already watched, I love Indian movies.
Yeah.
So if we've watched something all together and we all again, and I'm watching it again, but they'll be like, we watched this. I can watch it over and over.
As if it was the first time and we'll still laugh at the same
I'll
joke.
be excited about it and I'll be still amazed about it, you know?
Alright guys, that's all time we have for now, but hey, it's gonna be a fun time.
It is.
I think we're gonna do the show every day. We're gonna have a nice gossip towards the end, yeah?
I feel that's a good thing. Even like separate shows of just
Yeah.
because we have so much to speak about. I'm a very talkative person and so is
And we actually leave a camera on.
We balance each other out well.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, from myself, Kimera, Heeralal, and Dashnee Manikam, Vanakkam, Namaste, Namaskaram, Sai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Swami Saranam Ayyappa. Good night, everyone.